Boleh, boleh, Mas.
Nah, itu kan bisa direkord tuh. Bentar.
Oke, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Rahmat. I'm from International Management Department, the Faculty of Economic and Business, Syiah Kuala University. So today's I'm going to finishing our civic education project on the public Q&A and question and answering with public person. And here we already have our guest. He is currently an international student that's studying in Turkey. And furthermore, he will introducing himself. So for Mas Dirja, time and place is yours.
Thank you very much. So my name is Dirja Mahindra, and currently I am studying at the double major in the International Relations and Sociology at the Koç University, Istanbul, Turkey. And I was also a research assistant in the KU Asia, is at the research center for Asian studies at this university. And yeah, thank you very much. Maybe this it.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so everyone, here we have three main questions for Mr. Dirja regarding to the special autonomy, the government of Aceh, and also the concept of a country or state. So for the first question, we'll start with the issue related to the special autonomy. So for Mas Dirja, we'll giving you the time about 1 minute and 30 seconds in maximum. You can answer this question insightly. So the first question would be, as the region with special autonomy freedom, Aceh Province has a kanun jinayat in the form of whipping people in the public place for violators of certain laws. What is your opinion about this law, and it is appropriate?
Well, I mean, I have no idea about that. I mean, is it very special issue, and Aceh is something that's outside, and maybe I could say an outlier of the constitutions itself. I mean, of course, we have a constitution that said the religion is something that is very essential in our society, but of course, commonly we are like adopting the system constitution from the Europe, when you know that's the specific things that the constitution in Europe, I will telling you that's about the story constitutions. So the common thing, the very essential in the constitution in the Europe is the separation, the religion and the state, or maybe we could say as an scholarism. So the scholars is one of the best thing to describe the revolutionary of constitution in the Europe, and we adopt it. So Indonesian commonly adopt the system of democracy that from the Western or from the Europe, and we know that in the Indonesia common things that we have that kind of constitution. We have the system of the government that very similar to the Europe, but we have also the special regions. The special region, is it like an Aceh that have a religious law, if I not mistake you said. In my view, that's the religious law is maybe something is good, but it's not really essential nowadays, because the essential thing is like maybe for the modernization of society, because we know that's our problem, our common problem right now is about the education. It's related for the modernization of society and styles of the society. It's not really answering the developmental planning of Indonesia. We have plan, Indonesian have the green plan, for example, but it's not really helpful with just the people that have like a very low skills. And after that, the third one is, I mean, about the technology maybe, and the religion law is not really answer all of those things. So in my view, that's right now maybe the religion law is our Sharia law, maybe in English we call it as a Sharia law actually, is it maybe helpful in some terms, but for sure that I think that Aceh should be moved uh, because yeah, this region have potential, for example, but they can't do that just with the the religion law and etc. Maybe religion law is also something helpful, or we keep it, but we should know about our essential development. So yeah, I don't criticize that one, but if you thinking about the constitution of Indonesia, we adopt the constitution from the Western, and we should know that how that constitution look like, how does we shape that constitution, and how this constitution is work, and all of those things about the separation, the separate of the religion and also from the public affairs. For example, the religion still exists, but in some certain way, for example, like that. But if Aceh have, I mean, is it the very others maybe they develop themselves as in the religion area, for example, maybe it's acceptable, but it depends, because as I know that Aceh also have common problem also with the developmental people, for example, and after that modernization of society, and I don't think it should be helpful through the religion to shape it.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Dirja, for answering our first question regarding to the special autonomy. So I think we can move to the second question regarding to the concept of state or a countries. One again, I will give you like 1 or 2 minutes to answer. And the question are, in your opinion, what is the importance of the concept of a state or a country for a group of people that living in a certain area?
Well, this question is very essential to study of the international relations, because the shape of society, the shape of people is very relate to the concept of the country. For example, if your country, if the authoritarian do so, the leader is very authoritarian, for example, and then it will be shaped the society in the different way. But if the state is so liberal, also there are more things that also the people don't really like it, especially for some people who think that they should keep and they should maintain maybe their culture, for example. And then you said about the areas and about the states, the influence about the system of the nation. In my view, is it a very important right now for us to capitalize our economy through the nation planning. So the states will be influenced with this green planning. For example, like what does in Chinese, in Hong Kong and in Taiwan, they capitalize their capital region, and after that all of those region is keeping him in time, and after that they influence it all. For example, also like what happened in the French Revolution. You know that in the French Revolution, the revolution is just take over in the France. In the Paris, but after that, it's moved to the other city. So yeah, I just think that is it very important for now we capitalize our grain planning. For example, like Jakarta is very essential in this issue. For example, if Jakarta is more liberal, in my view, if Jakarta have a very strong economic growth, if Jakarta have a very modern society, it will be moved to the other region, and the other region maybe have some specific things that we should deal with. For example, like Aceh, in case that Aceh is very unique. I mean, because Aceh have a very different rules, very different society maybe, or different type of people that they want something else. They don't really care about the modernization maybe, but they care about the religion impact in their life maybe. But what should we know that this will be impact the others? Okay, we should say that, okay, I don't care about it, but this will be impact for the others one. Maybe it's not yours, but the others, and that's others is more impacted. They will be have some more influence of the society. That society will become the otherless. So this one where I would like to say to you that about the state, if we have a very strong green planning, we should also like liberalize our society movement. I mean, like to become liberal is not really something scary. It's not really like you think that okay, you will be forget your religion or etc. No, but that's mean we modernize our society like that. So we will have like a very high quality of labor, and we will have like very strong economic growth, for example. It's what we want, but through the religion it can be also. It's not really something like impossible. Religion also have some power to do that, but what we wish to let we know is that we should modernize the people, modernize the society, and is it through the state, and the state will be impact for the others region, even for the special region, it's not problem. Yeah, I don't know it's answer your question or not, because here in fact that I don't really hear you.
Oh, really?
Sure.
Okay. How about now?
Yeah,
Hello.
yeah, now it's better, I think. Yeah.
Okay. 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 Thank you, Mr. Dirja, for answering our second question. So for now, I'm going to ask the last question. It is regarding to the Aceh government. I think you can give your perspective as generally, because we know that your original region are not from Aceh. So we are going to ask you as the person that living in other province, but we want to know your general perspective about this. So the last question would be, uh, since we know that Aceh one of the province in Indonesia that has a strong culture and environment atmosphere of Islamic culture. So what your opinion is, has the current Aceh government implement a good and correct Sharia or Islamic system? What is
No,
your general opinion?
no, I don't think so. I don't know. No other state is very Islamic right now. Even if they say themselves as an okay, I'm Islam, and you can just say it through the administration. I mean, through the your ID card and etc. thing. This is your identity, and this allow you to do so. But I mean, like. I don't view Aceh is very like that in my perspective, because what the important thing right now is economic. The key factor of society is modernization and inequality issue. I mean, for example, like if you feel some others, for example, like I think that many inequality issue in Aceh. So if you know about Islam states, Islam is a uh, very very common with the equality. They said that everyone is equal, but in Aceh, for example, like there are more people who are very rich, they become the capitalists, but there are more people, many more people, even more maybe, they're living in the poor economics, and they still say themselves as an, for example, like a Muslim region or etc. I don't think so. And after that, many people is think that they did not accept in the society. It's not really good society in my view. So what I would like to say to you right now is we are should become idealist, but we should become realist. Two things that are very important. I mean, not realist in terms of capacity of power, for example, because in the international relations, realist is uh, approach to the people who think about the nuclear weapons and something else. Not like that, but realist here is that, man, you have the realistic views of life. You know that the model of economy what you did. I think that the government of Aceh itself maybe don't know about the model of economy that they use, maybe because in my view that the inequality in Aceh is very big. It's very very big. I tried to learn it before. I mean, not just Aceh, actually, Indonesian actually as well. And after that, we know the economic planning is not really worth it. Why? Because there is no strong constitution. You know that in the model of capitalism, to grow the economy, you should have the very strong institutions. That institution will be work for the economic growth. But what happened in that region is not like that. So they don't have any models. They just say that, okay, we are Islam and we are the Islamic State or etc. I don't know how to say it, but they don't have any models, the real models, the economic models, the law models, the market models, even maybe the government models. Is it just what they said? Maybe by the law is yes, they have the Sharia law, but is it enough? We are living just in the Sharia law? No. The law is just to protect our right, maybe, and also maybe to just make you feel better to living. Because of law, you say safe. Oh, I have a right. If you kill me, you also will go to the jail. Is it the law? You will be stay safe with the law, with the Sharia law. Maybe you feel more safe. Oh, I feel more safe because I don't know how to say it. But is it enough? No. We are living under the very undeveloped society, and we have the inequality. We should increase our modernization society. We should increase our capacity to produce something to the people so the people can eat, the economy can grow. So in my view that there are no such very useful model of Islamic State right now, because we don't know what is the Islamic State is. But we can just, you know, we through the religion, I mean, we can do something. We can make something more useful. We can make something more peaceful, I mean, maybe. But the model is, and the true thing is, we don't know about the model is. Even if you say it about the Sharia bank, for example, we don't know what Sharia things that they use in that banks. And it's very ridiculous to say it. I mean, because in fact that Indonesia as a whole still, react and still use the model of capitalism and the model of the liberalism. They, they import it from the Europe, the Western. So we should become the realist. We have the people that living under us, that people need to eat, need to consume, need to education. They need educate. They have a right. They need to happy. They need maybe relationship. They not just need the laws and etc. They need everything. They're the human, and we should give our best to them. And through the religion, it can be, but it's not at fully all. We should have everything else. Is it in my view to say it? So I don't think so. Aceh is very like that, but Aceh have the story, the different story maybe, and that story also bring me back to the others era that Aceh is called very strong, like an Islamic views maybe. So maybe I believe in something that Aceh is like that, but many others is, I mean, like there are no absolute Islamic views. So maybe it's partially Islamic, and they call themselves as in the Islamic State. That's fine. Yeah, maybe that's it.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Riza, for a very specific answer. So finally, we have finishing our Q&A session with one of our guests here. And thank you very much, Mr. Dirja, for giving your time and sharing your thought about this issue. And hopefully, this is can give a benefit to others that watching these videos. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Oke, jadi untuk